I totally agree with this gentleman right here. I don't know if I want him climbing the pole at 67 years old either. Or you know what I mean? Well, he brought up the 67. But
that's the truth, bro.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I did the math before I moved here. I moved 5,000 miles to come here, and they pulled the rug out from under me.
He came from local 126 in Philadelphia. He said he just had to add the 0 to it. Okay? But the bottom line is this, is that was an outside construction local union. And they do things a little bit differently, you know, with different local unions across the country. I have been blessed. I tell you guys this. I've been blessed that I've been able to meet business managers from all over the country, talk to thousands of people from all over the United States and Canada about their contracts. And trust me, we can make a lot of improvements to your collective bargaining agreement. We can. I know the concern right now, the urgency right now is that we gotta do it now. You know, but the thing is that we have to somehow come up with a plan.
I just think you guys are dealing with a whole family with Dick Rosenblum. That's the end of my story right now.
Totally agree with you.
Totally different.
The company is up their game.
And who he is now, what they brought him in to do. And I think ever since the last term that came around and we were about to strike and it didn't go through, they got changed. And this is a change they brought. I think he did his job. I really think they brought him in, and you guys got to deal with that.
Let me answer this. Let me mention this. David brought up on Facebook an issue, okay, about overtime.
Yeah.
And he gave 3 different scenarios on 3 different contracts. I think Georgia Power, Southern California Edison, Pacific Gas and Electric. Is that correct? Okay. Everybody knows where Rosenblum came from, right? Southern California Edison. So he's very familiar with that contract. Now, obviously, if it benefits us, we would try and get some good language in there, right? So the thing is that Dick Rosenblum knows what needs to be in the contract. He really does. Okay? And he knows me. Trust me. He knows of me. Okay? The other thing too is that the guy he dealt with is a guy named Pat Lavin. Okay? He is the business manager of Local 47. Okay? Pat Lavin is a friend of mine as well. And I understand how he got certain language in the contract. Networking like that is so vitally important because we cannot just stay out here in the Pacific and go, oh shit, I wonder what we're going to do tomorrow, you know? I wonder what's happening on the West Coast. One of the things that we did when I was on staff back in '92 and when I was in Washington was we made sure that we made sure that the utility department, the broadcasting department, the telecom department, the research department did all the work and made sure that the local unions were getting advised properly of what was happening around the country. So we made sure that, I know all the directors from every department, there's 21 directors in the IBEW that report to the president. Now, God bless Ed, okay, President Hill, okay? He does a great job as president, okay? But all of the ideas never come from one person. It comes collectively a lot of times. Now, he does his job, he does it very well. But the thing is that collectively as a staff, we're going to be able to give competent ideas with you folks as far as what needs to be done to improve your standard of living. That's the bottom line. Okay? So I'm gonna stop. I'm on a soapbox right now.
Yeah, so. Right. We cannot afford to have on-the-job training.
That's right.
Our leadership. That's just basically it. You're trying to get this to swim. You're going against competition. You have no chance.
That's right. Now, Mark
is making mistakes along the way with our lives involved. You know what I mean?
Mark, I've known you for what, 20 years?
Yeah.
Okay? I've known you a long time. Okay? The bottom line is this, and I'm going to say it. If whoever you vote for, is whoever, it's your right as a member. Okay? It's your right to go vote for, if Lance is running or if Stacy is running or somebody else, or whoever's running, John Jumalon or You know, who knows, maybe Obama's gonna run, but he just announced he's running for president, so that's different. But whoever is running, you guys have the right to vote for them. The question is, do you guys want to get on the field and play? Or you guys want to practice? You want to keep your practice jerseys on and keep practicing? Or do you guys want to get in the game and start playing for real? With me, I'm bringing that game. We're going to bring our A game to you folks. Bottom line. I'm not fooling around when I bring on, Russell Yamano has a life. You know what I mean? He's coming, he's quitting his life, and he's going to come on staff and dedicate his life to the union. Teresa Morrison is leaving the East Coast, where she is a high-powered attorney, and she's coming back here to live and work for the union. Russell Takimoto is going to give up his cushy job in air conditioning, you know, at Hawaiian Electric, and he's going to come work for the union. These people believe just as much as I do. And it's incumbent upon the leadership, the business manager, the job that I'm running for, to lead them, to make sure that we're assigning the proper way to go, and these guys are going to be they're very competent in their fields. So I think that you're going to get a full spectrum of what needs to be done out there, okay? But I hope I addressed your comment, because yes, we cannot play games. We cannot have somebody have a learning curve. Somebody who doesn't understand what LM2 reports are. Somebody who doesn't know how to run the office, or is going to do retraining and you know, sometimes I think, well, you're going to do retraining, who's going to train you? You know what I'm saying? They're going to have to go to new business managers training. Trust me, I'm not going to go to new business managers training. I used to give the class. You know what I mean? So there's nothing for, well, you know, I'm not trying to be bragging about it, but the bottom line is I'm not going to do it. But there's nothing that they're going to be able to teach me. You got a question? You sure?
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
When do you plan on, we'll go back to negotiating, or I know there's a lot more important things to do, not just negotiating, we have to take care of our everyday
Day-to-day operations.
stuff, but as far as the negotiating goes for our new contract, when would you start dealing with that? Ever since I've been here, they wait until almost the contract is up before they even start talking. They go to the company, they start dealing with this shit. Then we extend, and then it's ridiculous. Then you're fighting to try and get your retro.
Yeah, which we never got our retro or electric discount.
They wait, they
Two paydays.
There's a lot of the stuff that you can take care of. If you find out, you know, what both sides want or after, or, you know, trying to get to, if you don't wait until right at the time when the contract is up, you're already starting behind that.
Yeah. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to make sure that we're going to meet with the membership. That's the first thing we're going to do. We're going to find out the
vision
issues.
of what we want. That's what we need to do.
Get the issues out on the table. Then from there, we'll meet
That's
with the
never happened.
companies.
I don't think.
And the thing is that it's and I'm going to go back to the communication factor, okay, in the whole thing. I talked to somebody, this was like a few months ago. He said, well, you know, the leader of the union, you know, he's not a real good communicator. He doesn't talk very, you know, he's not good at, you know, to talk. And now, I've known him for 30 years, okay, and he's not a bad guy, okay, but he's in over his head, and he knows it, okay. That's the bottom line. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to talk bad about it. But he knows his capabilities, and trust me, if he was here standing, I would tell him the same thing, and he knows that I know. You know, I'm not going to bullshit the thing. It's real. The bottom line is that you want someone who can talk, who can speak for you. Because if they're just practicing or they're learning how to do it, can you imagine that? So you have apprentices working for you. You tell them, okay, go ahead, get on the pole, we'll do this, and this, and you can go down, go run up, go buy lunch, right? But if they don't know what they're doing, you're going to stay there on the job, or you're going to be like, yeah, they're going to get fried. I better